himself anyway, but Mr. Jacko Hooper himself, everybody. Big up this guy. Okay, whoa, sorry, just grab myself. Just give us a generous 20 seconds.
Yeah, we need a clap. Can you do a clap as well? Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Nice.
That was a good clap.
Sweet, nice one. Okay, congratulations, by the way, on the release of Folklore Volume 2.
Thank you, yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Look at the vinyl. We are anticipating, was it 3 of the artists featuring tonight?
Yeah, so 3 of the 4 that are on the record.
Yeah.
Adam Spry is in the US,
Yes.
US artist. He's been with us before, but yeah, geography is geography.
Yeah.
So unfortunately he wasn't able to come over for it. But,
No possibility of a Zoom call performance?
Yeah, I mean, we flirted with it. It's like, can we get him on like a projector or something? But no, yeah, he's not doing it. So we got Mez and me. Quaking Aspens is in the Era Creek tonight. So yeah.
So what was the selection process? Because I imagine you've got 4 tracks and a kind of a massive sea of artists, as you do with a lot of international artists as well.
Yeah.
Was it quite a challenging task? Or?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's weird. Like, some of the challenges with it are kind of like, it's sort of herding cats a bit, right?
Yeah.
So like in terms of artists, like their own schedules and their own calendars, tour stuff, but also like, yeah, they already probably have their own like release strategies in place and stuff for the next 12, 18 months. So that can be a bit of a challenge because we're doing future volumes, and I'm finding that now when I'm working on volume 3 and 4 now, and it's like, kind of have to do that in order to sync up 2 years down the line, you know?
Yeah.
So that side of things can be a bit of a challenge, but to be honest, like, we released the Era Creeks EP on Folklore Records last year, and the track that I discovered them from isn't on that record, and I just adore that song. So I was like, I really want to still release that song.
Yeah.
So that was the first one. I was like, they already had the track, and I was like, okay, they're not. We do predominantly lean into folk stuff, but we're still quite eclectic. But they're not folk. So that immediately meant that I had to like look slightly more left field in terms of like putting the rest of the lineup together and making sure that like the artists like represent each other well.
Every all-consuming fear. Oh, could you? Oh, could you?
Folklore Rooms it's opened up the doors to obviously like a lot of the mainstream events that are taking place in Brighton, so like the Great Escape and a lot of like the homegrown, for example, as well. So a lot of these really like community-orientated things. Obviously, everyone's vouching for the Folklore Rooms and everything it does kind of locally. How do you think the landscape's kind of changed in the last few years? Kind of when you started up in 2021 compared to where we are now. Is it quite drastic?
Has it changed?
Shift?
Yeah, I think like obviously there were things out of our control as well that, you know, we were meant to open in 2020.
Yeah.
So we were a year late, and then when we did open the venue, it was like we went back into lockdown, and it was still kind of like a weird time. And it's sort of like, so we didn't really get our feet under the table until 2022. So I think that was a challenge in itself. But yeah, I think now that we've had like, you know, 2 full calendar years, now we're into a 3rd, but it's sort of like, we've got enough shows under our belt now, and we've got like returning touring artists and things like that, and I think essentially it's like consistency is the key, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
like when we first started, we were trying to get 2-3 shows a week, and now we've got 7 shows a week, and we can actually sort of like pick and choose a little bit more.
Nice. Do you feel like you've got kind of like a core pool of artists that you kind of come back to quite often?
Sometimes.
Favourites?
Yeah, sometimes like we do a monthly showcase, which is like a free entry show, and I do it with that sometimes in terms of like when it's been long enough getting back some of my favourites kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, okay, we haven't had them for a year, I can get them back now.
Yeah.
But generally, I mean, like that's kind of maybe one of the differences. Actually, is kind of like now it's sort of a lot more artists approaching us for the space, which is great. So it's a bit of a mix and match, but like, yeah, I think Brighton's got so many incredible bands. It's like hard to not sort of rebook stuff just because there's so many. It's like right now, especially, just there's so. You just mentioned like Goodbye. It's like we had them in for Homegrown, and it was like, you know, such a special show.
Too much to choose from almost.
Yeah, and so as soon as that ends, I'm like, oh, when can I get them back? You know, so
absolutely.
Yeah, good problems.
I think exactly. Yeah. Another thing as well, bin noise.
Noise.
A horror, like, well, you've recently achieved Arts Council funding, from what I recall.
Yes, start of the year.
Huge congrats. How do you feel like this will elevate things moving forward for you?
Honestly, the main thing that did for us was give us aircon.
Really?
Which was like the most crucial thing
A game changer.
in the world. Yeah. But like, yeah, it's a huge help. I mean, I'm like applying for like funding stuff like whenever I can, really.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the cliche is true that it's really tough for venues right now. So yeah, things like that are huge. But that's a big win. It's a big victory for venues when you get some. Yeah, we had it before with the Pipeline investment fund as well through MVT, and that helped us upgrade our lighting. So yeah, I mean, things like that are huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And obviously you're an artist yourself as well, and you've worked, this is your baby, essentially. What brought you to the space above the Quadrant?
Well, it's funny, I mean, because I was running Folklore as a monthly showcase at a different pub in Brighton. That's how it started. It was just like a monthly gig in a corner of a pub, basically.
Nice.
And then obviously over the years, started doing more shows. And then actually with this place, it was a mutual friend. So the chap that took over this place a few years ago is good friends with an artist called Passenger, who's a sort of folk singer-songwriter.
Of course, yeah.
And he's a friend of mine, and he was sort of umming and ahhing about taking the challenge on of opening a grassroots music venue.
Yeah.
And Mike Passenger said to him, oh, you speak to Jacko, he's already doing folklore and stuff. And I was already like on the lookout for one. It was like at the right time. I've been looking for about a year or so, but a lot of this stuff's kind of out of your hands as well. You know, it's right place, right time. So yeah, that was the actual initial link. So thank you, Mike, because he put us in touch, and then luckily we got on really well. Me and the chap that runs the place, and it was sort of like from that point on, it was just a case of like, right, let's see if we can make it work.
Everything clicked into place.
Yeah.
Fantastic. As a closing thing, give you a little bit of time before the show starts. Any advice for artists that maybe want to put themselves forward for the Volume 3, or maybe even get themselves on a showcase as well? Yeah,
I think like best thing, like generally speaking, is like I basically live in our inbox. So as cliche as it is, the best thing is to obviously like shoot an email over with links to your stuff and that kind of stuff. But honestly, the time, because we've got like the showcase is booked for the rest of this year, so I look quite far ahead. So the best way to get on it usually is like I always encourage people to come down to the showcase. Like, do you start coming down to the showcase every month and start being part of the community? It's a lot. And then I'd say to people in the night, they're like, I really want to play, and I'm like, dope, let's make it happen. Email me tomorrow, and in the subject put like whatever we just spoke about, right?
Yeah.
So then it's like, then I know when I see it in the inbox, I'm like, they came to a show, they give a shit, they're part of this. So then it's like, obviously you want to bring them in more and that kind of stuff. So that's the main thing. Is like, be a part of it. Don't just like always
Have that face-to-face interaction.
Yeah,
as well.
I think like for all bands, regardless of what it is, whether it's folklore or not, I think like go to shows. Like it's like I remember my first internship I got because years ago, too long ago, but because I was like at the end of a gig I just like started like stacking chairs.
Nice.
And I was like, I'm just gonna kind
That's the
of
initiative
impose
there.
myself.
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
what a friendly chap he is. And you know, but that's kind of it, man. You just like get involved, like do something, make yourself make yourself a part of it, force your way in.
Yeah, exactly. Elbows out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So, the song we put on the vinyl is really special to us, and it's the song that sort of brought Jacko to us, so it felt really fitting to put it on the vinyl. It's out today on vinyl, bitch.
Thanks, guys.
Never giving time to faith. It's okay if I'm too late. Never giving time to waste. Ease up, reanimate. Take care, I'll be gone in a minute. Where's the feeling that's not gone? Keep coming back. You know I'm not winning. You're ready to show.
But the only thing stopping me from having more confidence is that I'm not wearing high vis.
Yeah, you need to start off on your high vis.